Everyone knows that saying, right? Everyone's got a plan till they get punched in the face. Well, today we're going deep on a guy who, he didn't just take punches, he pretty much thrived on them. The champ, Smokin' Joe Frazier.
This is going to be good.
You sent over his Wikipedia page, tons of info, and I gotta say, this guy's life, man, talk about overcoming obstacles.
Yeah, resilience. That's the word that comes to mind. Absolute resilience.
So let's break it down. What made Joe Frazier a legend beyond even, those Ali fights everyone knows about?
Because there's a whole lot more to him than just that rivalry. Way more.
Okay, so childhood. We're not talking silver spoon here. Grew up on a farm, South Carolina, 12th kid in his family, sharecroppers, facing, all that segregation had to throw at him. Tough.
Forged his character, though, wouldn't you say? That drive, never backing down, it had to start somewhere.
And that story, building his own heavy bag, like, come on. Burlap sack, rags, corn cobs, even a brick in there hung from a tree. Dedication.
Couldn't choose his circumstances, but he could choose how he reacted, right?
Yeah.
And he chose to outwork everyone.
15 years old, though. Serious injury. Runs away from, get this, a 300-pound hog, hurts his arm. Bad.
300-pound hog. Yikes.
No doctor, heals on its own, but never the same. And that arm becomes his weapon, that famous left hook.
It's wild how life works, huh? What could have been the end becomes his thing. That crooked arm probably even added power to it the way he threw it.
Takes off to Philly at 15, basically by himself. Wins the Golden Gloves 3 years straight. But the Olympics, that's where he really got tested. Loses to Buster Mathis twice.
Those losses, man, especially that second one, Olympic trials, tough break. A lot of people thought he deserved to win.
Devastating, I bet. Not just the physical part, but mentally, too. But here's where it gets interesting.
Fate, right. Mathis gets injured, and Frazier, the alternate, gets to go to the '64 Olympics.
Second chance. And he doesn't mess around. Knocks out opponent after opponent, even fights with a seriously messed up thumb in the semis, doesn't tell anyone, goes on to win the gold.
Only American boxer to do it that year, his whole life,
Yeah.
right there in the Olympics. Overcoming, exceeding, achieving. Incredible.
That Olympic gold, though, just the start for Joe Frazier. Goes pro, starts racking up the wins, knockouts left and right, but then boom, another setback. Gets a bad hit, loses vision in his left eye.
Can you imagine fighting at that level with that kind of injury? But did it stop him? Nope.
Not even a little. Keeps fighting, winning for years, and no one knows about the eye. Man, the heart on this guy.
Resilience for sure, but got to be a little luck sprinkled in there too, right? With the pre-fight physicals and all. Think of the headlines if that secret got out in his prime.
Oh, absolutely. Makes you see his accomplishments even more, all those challenges. But we got to talk about his style for a minute. That bob and weave, constant pressure, never letting his opponent breathe, and of course that left hook, bam.
Poetry in motion, the way he used his whole body for that power. Can't talk style without mentioning Eddie Futch, though, his trainer.
Yeah.
Turned raw talent into, boxing science, maximizing what he had, working around that reach disadvantage he often faced.
Which he did, fight after fight, going up against giants, literally.
And it wasn't just size with Frazier, though he had that too. It was the pressure, relentless, wearing guys down, body and mind. Never let up. That's what made him so dangerous.
That fire, that drive, propels him to heavyweight champ of the world, 1970.
And he didn't just, slide into that title either. Earned it. Oscar Bonavena, tough as they come, fought him twice. George Chuvalo, granite chin, never been knocked down in his career. Frazier stopped him. Mountains, everyone.
And he climbed them all the way to the top. But we all know there's that one rivalry, one name, can't talk Frazier without it, Muhammad Ali.
More than boxing, that whole thing. Cultural phenomenon, styles, personalities even, ideologies clashing. Whole different ballgame.
And that's where we got to go next. Because this rivalry wasn't just punches thrown in the ring. It was everything. But before those epic battles, gotta remember, Joe Frazier's story. It's bigger than just Ali, this man. He carved his own path, his own legend, right in the heart of boxing's golden age. So we got to talk about it, right? Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali. Can't tell the story without it. Bigger than just boxing.
Captured something, that rivalry did. The whole world watching. Styles? Sure, but like you said before, personalities. Politics of the time, all wrapped up in it.
Yeah, you said it, Ali. He made himself the people's champ, right? Loud, proud, anti-war. And Frazier, he got painted as the opposite, the establishment guy.
And Ali, man, knew how to work that angle. The trash talk, brutal. Gorilla, Uncle Tom, anything to get in Frazier's head, throw him off.
More than throw him off, seemed like it really got to him on a personal level. Hurt him.
How could it not? And think about this. Frazier. He actually supported Ali during the boxing ban, even loaned him money. Then to get hit with that kind of talk, that's gotta sting.
Speaks to how complicated it was between them, that's for sure. But that first fight, March 71, fight of the century, not just hype. Whole world did detune in.
And what a fight. Frazier, he shocked a lot of folks that night.
Yeah.
Stood toe-to-toe with Ali, that relentless pressure, won by decision, all 3 judges.
Brutal fight, just picturing it, both giving it everything, 15 rounds.
Like a changing of the guard, even though it didn't last. Frazier, top of the world, right then. But we know that wasn't the end of it.
Nope, 74, they run it back. Ali takes that one, decision again, but a different kind of fight, yeah. More chess match, less brawl.
Ali, he learned, used that reach, that speed.
Yeah.
Kept Frazier a day more. Smart.
And then Manila, 75, the thriller, man. Heat was unreal, both guys just battered by that point in their careers.
Wasn't even about the belt anymore, it was legacy. Survival.
Ali wins, Frazier's corner stops it after the 14th. But Ali, he said it himself, closest thing to dying he ever felt.
And Frazier wanted to keep going, even with his eyes basically shut. Tough to even watch, but you can't look away. The heart.
So that's how that rivalry ends in the history books. But like we keep saying, Frazier, he was so much more than just those Ali fights. Fought everybody, defended his title, never backed down, ever.
100%. Corey, Bonavina, Bob Foster, beat them all. Even Foreman, twice. Hall of Fame career, plain and simple.
Yeah.
And with one eye, pretty much. Can't forget that. That's Joe Frazier right there, never giving up.
What a story. Smokin' Joe. Started with nothing, rose to the top, overcame more obstacles than most of us will ever see. And in the ring, pure heart.
Fought for every inch, a champion through and through, inside and out. His story, it sticks with you. Inspiring, makes you think, if you can do it, that's powerful.
And that's what we're here for, right? To remind everyone, we're all capable of more than we think we are. Joe Frazier, he's proof.